No matter where I travel, I always pack one type of bag with me. I call it my sponge bag. You probably already have one, but in this video, I'm going to show you how to optimize it. My sponge bag is the bag that bridges the gap between my hotel room and the entire day ahead when I'm traveling. Either a purse, a backpack, a crossbody, a sling bag, it's whatever you use to carry around for a full day of sightseeing or whatever you're going to be doing on vacation. The type of bag may change depending on the destination and type of trip, but the concept remains the same. So I like to think of my day bag like a sponge. It absorbs everything I could possibly need for the day without ever feeling overloaded. Because of what and how I pack it, it absorbs only what I need and nothing extra weighing me down. Now, the beauty of a good sponge bag is that it's flexible, so you can wring it out when you want to travel light or let it expand when the day calls for more. Most of us need some kind of bag for a full day of touring. Maybe you're exploring a big European city or visiting Tokyo. You're seeing the sights and hopping between museums and cafes and subway stations and doing lots of walking in between, and you're gone from almost sun up to sundown. The question is, what do you bring and what bag do you use? Today, I'm going to show you how to build your own sponge bag by showing you what's inside mine, the essentials I never travel without, and a few of my favorite bags that have worked really well on recent trips, as well as a few bonus tips at the end. I've narrowed my setup down to 3 tiers of essentials, where each one builds on the last, depending on the type of trip and what the day calls for. Tier 1 is my core essentials, which are the items that come with me on every trip, no matter where. This includes my wallet with some cards and at least a bit of cash in the local currency, either my ID or passport, a small amount of medication like ibuprofen and something like Tums or Pepto-Bismol tabs, some lip balm or chapstick, and hair ties, a hair clip, and some bobby pins. And of course, my phone. Since my phone is my lifeline when I travel for photos, maps, QR codes, and tickets, keeping it charged is the most important thing, which is why I travel with a power bank. My latest find is from the brand a.k.a, who is the sponsor of today's video. I've been a fan of a.k.a products for a while, and they just sent me the new Nano travel adapter, which I've been testing out. I love the size of this thing. It is ultra compact, so I can bring this anywhere and have room for all of my travel essentials without the bulk. Just to show you how small it is, for size reference, here it is compared to another adapter that I've used in the past, as well as compared to my passport and phone to show you how small it really is. It works in over 200 countries and regions, so if you're traveling to multiple countries on the same trip, you just need a single device. And my favorite part is that even if you're not using it for different plug types, it doubles as a mini charging station. So with the AC outlet, 2 USB-A ports, and 2 USB-C ports, you can charge 5 devices all at once. I also mentioned that I never travel without my power bank, but this one from a.k.a has a built-in retractable cable that's over 2 feet long. So no more dealing with tangled cords or forgetting your cable at the hotel. It's small and lightweight, and it even has a handy strap so I can use it on the go. And because of its 10K capacity, it's ideal for trips abroad, especially if you're traveling with someone or have several devices to keep charged. It supports fast charging and has a screen that tells you how much charge is left, how fast it's charging, and how long until it's full. Basically, between the Nano travel adapter and the power bank, you're completely covered for any trip. You can grab both from a.k.a using the links in the description below. And rounding out my core essentials, I also bring a compact reusable shopping bag and my sunglasses inside their slim case. I'll also throw in a small pack of tissues, and that's what I call my tier 1 core essentials, which is the foundation of what I always pack in my sponge bag, no matter the destination. And with this list of items, the idea is simple. If something goes wrong, I know I can handle it. I can pay for what I need, my phone will always have power so I can stay connected, or I know I won't get lost because I'll always have access to Google Maps, and I can take care of the little things, like a headache or a stomach issue, long enough to find a pharmacy or get back to my hotel. And then there's tier 2. The expandable layer. These are the things that I add depending on the day, the items that keep me protected and productive for 8 or more hours. I'll throw in my clippa. This is an alternative to a carabiner or a hero clip, but you could use one of those too. This is so I can hang my bag from a table or a countertop to keep it off the floor. Sometimes I travel with a water bottle, and for that I love using my square bottle. I like it better than the collapsible style bottles because I find those are a little bit flimsy and just unstable. This square one fits well inside a bag or a backpack, but where it fits best is in the airplane seat pocket. Also in tier 2, I'll throw in my little skincare, hygiene, and first aid kit, which includes things like sunscreen to reapply throughout the day, as well as a few pimple patches, some dental flossers, and band-aids. Also sanitizing wipes, my Tide to Go pen for little soy sauce splatters or coffee drips, and also some hand cream. I usually throw in a few ginger chews, which are great if your stomach is feeling a little off. Finally, there's tier 3. This is the comfort and survival zone. These are the just-in-case items that can completely save your day when things don't go to plan. If I need a hat, I'll either throw in my foldable bucket hat or my hat clip if I have a wide-brimmed hat. And if I'm going somewhere hot or humid, I'll usually throw in a few electrolyte packs that I can mix into water. Heat stroke is no joke. And I've traveled with this USB fan before, which has helped sitting on a hot plane or train or bus when there's no air movement. But I also love my manual fan that I brought back from Japan, so now going forward, it would either be one of these types of fans. Or depending on your destination, you might need light rain gear, so I've got this rain jacket that folds into itself and packs away pretty easily. And snacks. There's nothing worse than getting hangry, especially when you're between meals or the hike turned out to be a lot longer than you expected. By the way, I put all of my sponge bag items into a checklist that you can download for free. Just find the link in the description or you can scan the QR code. It will sign you up for my newsletter, which I only send out about once or twice a month, and I try to make it as valuable as possible with extra tips and things that don't make it onto YouTube. Now that we've covered what goes inside the sponge bag, let's talk a little bit about the bag itself, because all of this depends on having the one that actually works for you. I've used a few different ones over the years, and it's really about finding the right one for your travel style. A day bag for wandering beach towns in Mexico looks a little different from one that you would use for cafe hopping in Prague. So there's no one-size-fits-all answer, but we can get close. When I'm choosing mine, I look for the same 4 things every time: comfort, organization and practicality, bit of style, and security. And ideally, I only bring one type of bag that transitions easily from daytime sightseeing to evenings out. Something functional and versatile. I usually alternate between a crossbody bag, a sling bag, and a backpack style of bag. So here are some of my recent favorites that I've brought on different trips. My go-to crossbody shoulder bag is this black one. It's the Pearl from Low & Sons. I also now have a similar one from Quince. Thank you so much to one of my subscribers who shipped this to me when I asked for some help getting it in a previous video. First of all, so many of you reached out to help, and I didn't have time to respond to all of you, but thank you to each and every one of you who offered. Quince doesn't ship to Canada, at least the last time I checked, so I needed some help getting this bag. Unfortunately, it does look like it's sold out now, but the Pearl has more stock and more colors. It holds a surprising amount. There's 2 zippered compartments and an open middle section, and it easily transitions from day to night. You can wear it crossbody, over the shoulder, or even as a clutch with its little wristlet strap. So it's ideal if you're traveling with a capsule wardrobe and you need one bag that does it all. I'm also a big user of the sling bag. I love the ones from Nomad Lane. They have 2 sizes, a large and a small. They're sleek and secure and perfect for hands-free exploring, especially in crowded cities. In Portugal, I used the large size every day and it held everything that I needed. And on different trips, like my weekend in Vancouver, I used the smaller one, and Chris actually used the large size, so it's good for men too. And when I know I'll be carrying a lot, or if I just want the day to be easier on my shoulders, I'll bring a backpack. That way I can hold my water bottle, maybe a light sweater, and any little souvenirs that I pick up along the way. One bag I've used so much is this beige bag. It's very budget friendly. I got it from Amazon. But I also like these base mini backpacks. They're a little small and I would say would hold your tier 1 core essentials, but they are ultra cute and I can't wait to use them more. I've left links to these bags in the description below, as well as a few other choices. Here are a few tips and some quick things I've learned about choosing and using your day bag when you travel. If you have shoulder or back issues, definitely go for a backpack because it distributes weight evenly and saves your neck from uneven crossbody strain. You can make the switch from a crossbody to what I call a purse backpack, something like my tan one, or you could look for something a little more structured and chic that doesn't scream tourist or little kid. A good example is the Longchamp Le Pliage Original backpack. I really want one of these. It would be great for holding sweaters, your umbrella, or small shopping finds while still looking nice enough for dinner. And if you think you're only going to need a backpack occasionally, not every day, maybe just once or twice on your trip, I would pack a featherweight foldable day pack. It would be perfect for rainy days or long walks, and it takes up no space in your luggage. And then you can still bring your nicer crossbody bag or purse that you would use more often. Another option is you can also buy a canvas tote once you're on vacation, which also doubles as a souvenir. Another tip for backpack users though, if you use a backpack, you still want to wear a small crossbody or sling or some sort of phone holster for your phone and your wallet so that they're always within reach and not sitting on your backpack, potentially getting pickpocketed. And for crowded cities or public transport, you can wear your crossbody bag under your jacket so that the strap isn't visible or grabbable. And if you want to travel even lighter, keep your phone on a lanyard and use either Apple Wallet or Google Pay so that you don't have to dig around for your wallet. I keep my Wise card connected to my phone for that exact reason, which then allows me to travel with a smaller, cuter day bag. Okay, now I have a couple of bonus tips for you. When you travel, especially if you're flying with only a carry-on size suitcase and a personal item, you're limited to those 2 bags. So where do you put your day bag? Personally, I pack it away for air travel. And you can also pack it empty, but then fill it with the normal things that you would be packing. So it acts somewhat like a packing cube, so that at the end of the day, it's not taking up that much more space in your bag. Then once I'm at my destination and I'm not flying, I'll take it out to use. Sometimes I call this my 3rd bag trick, and I actually have a whole video where I explain this in more detail. And for the second bonus tip, when I'm traveling, at the end of the day, I do a quick reset and wring out my bag, metaphorically, to get it ready for the next day. So I'll refill my water bottle, plug in my power bank, repack any snacks, and do an inventory check on the hygiene items. So it's ready to go the next morning, and I know I haven't forgotten anything when I'm running out the door to start exploring. So I would love to know, what's your version of a sponge bag and what's the one thing that always lives inside it? Drop it in the comments. I'm always looking for new travel must-haves. Don't forget to check the links in the description box, grab your free checklist, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.